beautiful day here in Bimini. I'm a little recovered after the passage. I was absolutely exhausted last night. Had something to eat, fell fast asleep on the sofa. Woke up at about midnight, went to bed, fell fast asleep, woke up at 6 this morning. Still feel pretty achy. It was kind of a lot of work with the tacking and bouncing basically. Took me a while to get my land legs. Anyway, that's it. I'm here. As I say, it's a lovely day, a little breezy. There's a front supposed to come through tomorrow evening maybe. Originally I was planning to get all my stuff done today and then get out ahead of the front and use it to push me along, but because I got in so late yesterday, I'm gonna stay here for a few more days and see the front through, and then try hopefully get out on Tuesday and get across. It means the wind, last forecast I looked at, the wind's kind of calmed down a little bit after the front, so it'll be in a slower, maybe motor sailing to get across, but that's okay. So yeah, I've got to sit down and do my list of tasks. I've done my logbook this morning, done my checks, had my coffee. I'm about to do my laundry, then I've got to clean the boat, refill the diesel. So yeah, a few tasks to get stuck into. But first of all, I'm going to sit down and enjoy the rest of my coffee. Laundry is all done. It'll dry in no time in this weather. Taking advantage of a stable platform to do some cleaning. I've got all the diesel jerry cans off, and I've finally cleaned underneath them. Filling my diesel using my magic siphon tube into the Bahamian filter and then into the tank. It's all diesel, right?
Huh?
100% diesel?
Diesel, man.
Okay.
100% diesel. That's all yours.
I got this.
The one boy.
Marshall is fucking talking. Then.
But all everything is being like.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not a bit man.
How much is it?
94.
94 bucks.
Yeah.
I'll just give the slip to the ladies.
Yeah, I get it sent to ladies.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man.
Once I finished my boat jobs, I thought I would have a wee wander over to the other side of the island. Bimini channel I'm in now, and it's just half an hour before high tide, and I'm just motoring my way out the channel. Weather's been mixed this morning, a little windy this morning. I did check the seas, and then rain showers. Rain's just finished, and I'm hoping the seas have calmed down a little bit. And now I'm just making my way out. There's plenty of other boats have headed out before me, and then I'm going to go south and head east. It was a little rough getting out of the channel. But once I made the turn to the east and got onto the Great Bahama Bank, the wind and waves died down completely, with the seafloor clearly visible only a few feet below me. Despite there being virtually no wind, I did keep my mainsail up to help with stability. With the sun gradually falling behind the clouds in the west, I was treated to a spectacular sunset.
If I come here, okay, you can just about make me out. Sitting down by the stern light. So I'm moving along on the what is effectively a marked track to between Cat Key and Chub Key. It's very clearly marked on the chart, a dashed maroon line. And a lot of people, because it's a long passage, anchor overnight, and you know it's very clear that if you're going to anchor at night on the Great Bahama Bank, that you get well clear of the maroon line, because the maroon line is where all the traffic goes. I was coming along and I suddenly noticed on my AIS that there was a vessel not moving, and it is anchored right on the maroon line. Just what a moron. If I dozed off and hadn't been looking, I would have could have plowed directly into it. I'm not going to say the name of the boat. I do know the name of the boat from the AIS. And I'll look out for him over the next couple of months, because he's clearly a bloody moron.
Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. At least he did have AIS and had his anchor light turned on.
It's just after 4:30 and I'm coming up to Chub Key. We've got probably another couple of hours to go before I get to Whale Key, where I plan to anchor. Hopefully I should be there right around 6:30, so just as it gets light. And I'm just about to make myself a cup of coffee, because I'm tired and I need to keep awake. So I've been crawling along for the last hour and a half, trying to delay my arrival until daylight. Sunrise is at 6:54 and it's now currently about 6, maybe close to 6:30. It's getting light, but not very quickly. I was hoping I would have good light like half an hour before sunrise. There's 3 boats in the bay that I can see. One I've got here shown on the AIS, so I can clearly avoid him, and I want to get myself tucked right up in there. It's just a matter of whether or not I can see the other boats clearly enough in order to anchor well.
As I approach the anchorage, my first step is get the anchor out of the chute and ready to drop. Then return to the helm to navigate to the point where I actually want to anchor. Once I reach the anchor point, I turn head into wind and gradually slow to a stop. As soon as I stop moving, I mark the anchor position on the chart plotter, then run to drop the anchor before the bow swings away, and pay out the chain as I drift back with the wind. Once I've let out the full scope, then I bear down with the engine in reverse at 2000 RPM to set the anchor.
Yeah, so it is still a little, whoops, as you can tell, a little bumpy. I'm basically pointing directly into the wind, so yeah, you can see the waves just, 50, 100 meters that way, there's no waves. It's totally protected. But I was just too chicken to get in there. So anyway, it's a little rocky. We'll see if it gets way worse. If it gets way worse, then I can probably move in shore a little bit. But hopefully this is going to do, because I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Oh, and there's the sun peeking its head up. So it means if that's east, that's got to be west. So this wind should come round a little bit more yet. Give me a bit more protection. So I've just left Whale Key. It was pretty bumpy last night. Punchy west wind for a while, which brought some waves in, but I thought those would die down. Anyway, they didn't. So when the wind swung round to the north, I was still being hit by a side-on swell, so it was pretty uncomfortable. I got a pretty good night's sleep in the end. Up every couple of hours for anchor watch though. So I was going to hang around there for a couple of days and enjoy the kind of peace and quiet as it calmed down, but I've decided to get going. There is a north wind today, and I'm using that to push me on. It's currently 16 knots, kind of been 10 to 16 knots over the last half hour since I got going. I'm hoping it'll turn a little bit, because right now it's more or less directly behind me, and that's limiting my speed. Oh, I'm going 4 knots now. Only a short sail, 26 miles in a straight line, so hopefully I'll be there mid-afternoon, and by there I mean the west end of New Providence Island. So I've just lost my wind instrument. Let me show you. So it's not showing any speed, and it's just pointing straight up. I've just been up to the front of the boat and looked up, and the actual sensor, the anemometer is spinning around, and the vane is pointing in the right direction. So it's either a loose connection somewhere between the sensor and the instrument, or the instrument itself. Dang, that's irritating. Okay, well, nothing I can do about it now. I'll just manually keep an eye on the wind vane. There's 2 wind vanes. There's one that's attached to the instrument, and then there's a Davis wind instrument, which is basically just a wind vane with 2 markers, I guess you call them. I'm not sure what you call them, but kind of 45 degree either way markers. When I get in, I'll dismantle things and try to find out what the heck the problem is. About 15 miles to go to the good water point. So it's 4 or 5 hours still. I'm not averaging my 4 knots that I hoped. Seems to be kind of 3.5, something like that at the moment.
I decided to turn on the engine to increase speed, but it wouldn't rev up. So I sent down the camera to take a look.
So there is a massive clump of sargassum on the prop, and I need to get it off. That explains why my speed dropped drastically. Yeah, I suspected as much. Maybe I should have tried to do something about it then, but yeah, well, I thought, oh, it'll just come off if there's something there, and you know. Anyway, so I am heave to, wheels hard over to port, to starboard, and I've backed the jib. Now I am going to tie myself on, because obviously I don't want to go away, and try to get in there. It's going to be fucking cold, pardon the French. Get in there and try to clear this bloody stuff off. Okay, so tied on. Now I'm going to try just going down the steps for now and see if I can untangle it with the boat hook. I won't be able to kind of film it, I'm afraid, I don't think. Well, that's exciting. Okay, I got it off. I tried to get it off with the boat hook, but I couldn't do it. So even though I'm hove to, still a bloody hell of a current. So in the end I just held my breath, dived under, kind of pulled myself on the rudder, grabbed it, stripped it off, and then floated back. Alright, let's see whether we can get going again now. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Okay, Bahamas are over there. Okay, engine started. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to motor in the rest of the way. Get the sails in. That was a bit of unnecessary excitement. Yeah, good day for it to happen. Reasonable conditions.
With no more incidents, I motored into Clifton Bay at the west end of New Providence and dropped anchor. It had been quite an eventful trip from Bimini, but now the weather had cleared and all was calm. As the sun set, finally the Bahamas were as they were supposed to be.